Day 3. First up, Josh Edwards, picking for the Tennessee Titans. And by the way, if I say the wrong player, wrong person to the wrong team, just let me know because I'm going off a hard copy. So I may have gotten it wrong as we get further into this process here, but I think this is right. Let me know if I'm wrong, Josh. But Tennessee Titans, they have Cam Ward, Shamar Stewart, and now they're picking 103 in round 4. The first words out of your mouth are going to be what, Josh?
Jalen Noel, the wide receiver from Iowa State. Let's go give Cam Ward another pass catcher in that room. You've got, of course, Calvin Ridley. I can't believe this guy's still available. That's going to be my first pick.
All right. I love it. Next up, Mike, Cleveland Browns, pick 104, Travis Hunter, Josh Connerly, Dylan Sampson. And you just took Jalen Milroe, which I'm sure makes Emory very angry. He thought he was going to get Jalen Milroe in round 4. Ain't happening. What are you doing here?
Let's go. Is Marcus Bowe still on the board? No one's drafting him, right? Yeah, let's go Marcus Bowe. I think with the way this offensive line played last year, with all the injuries they had, let's just stack up depth. With what I've done, you now have like backups at every single position that are capable. You have a nice depth chart there for the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, Purdue played outside, kicks inside, probably almost rolling to the next level. All right, Emory, you're on the clock. You are the New York Giants. They have Abdul Carter. LD took Kyle McCord at the top of the second. Let's go. Trey Harris and then Anthony Belton. Offensive line. Watch your mouth. What are you doing for the Giants at 105?
Well, we're going to fix that QB issue later on in the draft with a guy that I feel like could compete and better the room. So, wow, they went Abdul Carter and yikes. All right, let's see how we can help the Giants. I love the fact that they got a bigger-ish wide receiver. Let's go D-line.
Emory just strolls into the draft room on day 3, flapping his gums, talking about the terrible job the GM did. That's a bold move, Emory.
Well, we gotta clean up the mess. We gotta clean up the mess, man. This is where teams are made in day 3. This is a day 3
Mayock,
league, to be honest.
It's like Mayock coming in after Gruden had the first round.
Yeah, for real.
Right. Oh my God. As much as people love to hate on Shedeur Sanders, if people are hating on Shedeur Sanders, I know they watched 2 games in particular. They watched BYU and they watched Nebraska, which means they're very familiar with Ty Robinson. Give me Ty Robinson up front. I think he adds the beef to that defensive line. He could play the 5 technique, and when you think about what they need next to someone like Dexter Lawrence, they need someone that can not only hold the line of scrimmage, but also apply pressure. I think he could be a very good one-gap penetrator. I like Robinson for that defensive front.
Yeah, that's funny because in these 7-round mock drafts, I know Mike and I have had him going frequently just because I think he's undervalued in terms of how we're viewing him in the media anyway. All right, let's see here. We're just checking off boxes here. Let's look at offensive tackle again, striker. And if there's a guy here, I'm just going to keep drafting the Mike Renner approach too. And I think this is the guy. Okay, you know what I'm taking here? Cameron Williams feels like a clear choice in that he's a good athlete, but I think I like Logan Brown a little more in terms of being ready to start right away. I'm taking Logan Brown out of Kansas to add to that offensive tackle room in New England. Come on down, Logan Brown. Jacksonville Jaguars. I believe that's you, Josh. Yep. Jacksonville Jaguars. So it is you. I apologize. 107. They have Mason Graham, Trey Henderson, Emory Jones, and Tez Johnson.
Who do they have? Can you go to the safeties, please? Who's still out there?
Slim Pickens.
Slim Pickens. You know what? Let's go Billy Bowman here from Oklahoma.
Undersized, but he timed extremely well. All right, Mike, you're the Las Vegas Raiders here at pick 108. Last pick you had him taken was Cam Scadaboo, and they have 2 receivers prior to that. So this team is all about offense. I think you're muted.
Jamari Caldwell here. Oregon defensive tackle.
You didn't want to say defensive player. You muted yourself.
Yeah. I think, I can't believe he's still on the board, to be honest. Right next to Christian Wilkins, that's probably their biggest need as it stands right now. Secondary still a need. Cornerback still a need, but they need a DT next Christian too.
All right, pick 109. Back to you, Mike. Buffalo Bills, Malachi Starks, Tyleek Williams, Darian Porter. Love that pick. And now in round 4.
Yeah, we're going to keep going defense. We're going to go Jared Ivey here. Get
Oh,
another
there we
edge rusher in that mix. A guy who's probably, I think he can make an impact right away. It may not have a high ceiling, but I think he can rush on third downs as well.
All right, Emory, New York Jets on the clock here. Pick 110. They have Calvin Banks Jr., Jaden Higgins, and Elijah Arroyo was their last pick.
All right, let's look at that defensive tackle position. I know they brought in Derek Notty, but let's see what we can stash around that side of the ball. All right, a little bit too rich. Go to safety. Seeing that we have a former, player that's coaching his old team. I know his dad, I feel like, was a teammate of his at A&M. Let's go R.J. Mickens, safety here for the Jets.
Okay, R.J. Mickens at the Shrine Bowl. Super smart kid. Had a really good season for Clemson.
One of 14 former NFL sons that are in this draft class. It's insane how many former player sons are in this class.
True that. Pick 111, Carolina Panthers. They've taken Jalen Walker, Landon Jackson, Jack Besh, and I think I'm just going to double up on some edge rushers. Let's see edge rushers here, or triple up on edge rushers, depending on Jalen Walker. And the defense just has to get better. There's so many dudes there. I feel like, can you take too many edge rushers? You can never have enough edge rushers. Is that too crazy?
Nah, you can keep going.
I think so, right?
Yeah.
Let me see, just for fun. Let's look at cornerbacks real quick, Striker. But I think I'm going to keep going edge. Yeah, I'm going to go edge. Let's go back to edge, and I'm going to take Kyle Kennard from South Carolina. I can't believe, Uman Yelen's still there. Kyle Kennard, the latest pick in this defensive end only draft for the Carolina Panthers. Josh, you're the New Orleans Saints. Jackson Dart, Mason Taylor, Arante Ursary, and Jaden Blue was their last pick.
Yeah, let's see. Who are the cornerbacks available? You guys pretty much took all the good ones, but let's see. Okay, who's available? Defensive line. Oh, Jordan Phillips is still there.
Good player.
Joshua Farmer. Let's go with Joshua Farmer.
Good pick.
Florida State defensive tackle.
Solid player.
Yep. All right. Emory, you are the 49ers. And this is pick 113. Their last pick was Shamar Turner.
Let's go running back. They always take a running back in this draft, See what we have. All right, I see a guy I like. Let's go to offensive tackle. I'll take Cameron Williams here. I think his tape is clean, man. Okay. Give me him out of Texas. Fantastic tackle.
And they need tackle help for sure. All right, back to the Carolina Panthers here. I can't take another edge rush here. Let's see defensive line real quick. I like Cam Jackson more than most people. I think he could go on day 2. I'm going to take Cam Jackson out of Florida. Big body, moves well for me. They have to be better on defense. Next up, the Arizona Cardinals. I'm picking for them as well. Matthew Golden, Darius Alexander, Miles Frazier. Now we're at pick 115. So let's see what we're going to do here in Arizona. We've got offensive line. We've got defensive line. Let's look at edge because, again, we got so many edge rushers. And this is just sort of proof that this edge rush class is bonkers good. Oh, my gosh. I think I am going to take so many good dudes that sort of fit what they're looking for, too. I'm going to go with Jordan Birch. I could have gone with two other guys, but Jordan Birch feels like Arizona Cardinals edge rusher out of Oregon. Jordan Birch here somehow in round 4. Josh, Miami Dolphins?
Miami Dolphins.
Pick 116.
Let's go with defensive line. Although you can never rule out a running back for the Dolphins. I'm going to go. I'll go Jordan Phillips.
No, it's a good pick.
All right, for the Colts.
Colts at 117, Mike.
Since I got to pick them for one of these teams here.
Before you make your pick, do you want to trade your first round pick next year for Dylan Gabriel?
I mean, maybe we'll be drafting highly. We'll be drafted by 32nd if we get Dylan because we'll win it all. But no, I'm going to go Willie Lampkin here, the North Carolina offensive lineman. Since I got to get
down,
him.
Willie. Love it.
He's going to play center, and that double team combo with him and Quentin Nelson and Tyler Booker is going to be something special.
Awesome. Love it for him. I hope he does get drafted. I hope he gets drafted in the 4th round. It'd be fantastic. Atlanta Falcons, Emory Hunt, Michael Williams, and Isaiah Thomas were their picks, and you're picking at 118.
Mike sniped me. I was going to go center because I'm still going to go center. People, they forget they lost their top center. Go back. Give me McLaughlin out of Ohio State.
Seth McLaughlin. All right.
I definitely was going to go Lampkin.
Oh, you were?
I did. That's
absolutely.
Dude, he could play. I was watching him, just a side note here. I was watching him with Mitch Morse yesterday, former Jaguar center. And he's like, this is the best guy. We watched a handful of offensive linemen. He's like, he's the best one we've watched so far. And now we're watching like down the board guys like Ariante Ursary and Marcus Bowe. But he's just like he knows what he's doing. He's like, this guy actually knows what he's doing. And he's talented. Like he's got physical capabilities. He's just not heavy enough. And I think you can fix heavy. I don't think you can fix, some other physical capabilities. You know yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No,
he's my number one center, actually. So I could care less that he's 5'10". I was looking for a reason to knock him because he's 5'10", but I couldn't find one. I was like, all right, he's doing the job.
The FSU tape was what sold me because you got Josh Farmer, blanking on McClendon, the other one, who's like, those guys are NFL power, right? They are 315 plus, long arms, like as much as you're going to face at the next level. And he's just running them off the ball, just snap after snap. You're like, only like a few reps did it really show up. And you're like, it's a few reps a game, dude. I'll take that.
Yeah, I'm glad you got the Senior Bowl invite because that was a fun watch. Yeah, hit the like button if you're watching. That would be awesome. If you're a Willie Lampkin fan, hit the like button. Pick 119, the Cincinnati Bengals, Josh Edwards. You're picking at 119, and then you're picking again at 120 for the Tennessee Titans. First up, the Bengals.
Yeah, so I believe they have gone all defense to this point. Mike Green, Andrew Makuba, Chris Paul. Can't believe this player is still available. As the Bengals, I will take advantage of that. I'm going to go Caleb Johnson, the running back from Iowa.
That's a good pick. That's a good pick for them. And then
I'll just say, I don't know. He played outside zone, and the Bengals don't run any more outside zone anymore. So that's my only worry if Caleb Johnson goes.
All right, Mike Craps on the pick.
For sure.
Sorry.
In the 4th round, he can play in a gap scheme if he needs to.
Yeah.
He weighs 240. He doesn't win that much, but he's a big kid. Fair enough. I get it. I never thought Caleb was going to be a top 50 guy. I could be wrong, but this feels closer to the range and feels like some value for the Bengals. Scheme conversations aside. All right, next up, Tennessee Titans. You're back at it. Josh, Cam Ward, Shamar Stewart, and Jalen Noel were the first 3 picks for Tennessee.
Let's go. Let's see. Who are the linebackers? Demetrius Knight staring me in the face.
Yeah, he's still there. Bossa out of Oregon. Stutzman's still there.
Yes. Let's go with Demetrius Knight, South Carolina linebacker.
Demetrius Knight, the second. Off the board. Tampa Bay Buccaneers on the clock. All right, Emory, pick 121.
Oh wow, they went heavy defense. Type in the name AJ Gillie, Gillie.
Here we
I know
go.
I know PFF only grades like 85 players, but I just want to make sure they're doing their due diligence.
Okay.
Absolutely
Fingers
not.
crossed.
Sorry. So we gotta go back to what they've graded, right? So
Yeah, come back to
you know
planet
they're
Earth.
top 65.
Use the planet Earth rap board, Emory.
Right. Go to guard. Like I'm shocked that we haven't looked at the interior offensive line depth for Tampa Bay.
Yep, they have Max Harrison, JTT so far, and TJ Sanders.
They did a good job defensively. All right. Connor Colby. No. All right, go to they went edge. Go to linebacker. I'm just gonna keep rocking with wide receiver. I'm sorry. Mike Evans. I know he had the I see somebody I like. All right, go to wide receiver first.
Oh boy.
Oh wow, man! Like Savion Williams be too big of a luxury pick right here. Go give me Jack Kaiser, man.
All right, staring in your face the whole time. Notre Dame linebacker. I'm not keeping count, Mike, but Notre Dame's had a pretty good showing in terms of schools with players drafted in this 7-round mock draft.
They did make the national championship, Ryan. I'm not sure if you recall.
And still no Riley Leonard. No Riley Leonard yet.
Usually you need a little talent.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. Jack Kaiser goes there. Next up, Denver Broncos next. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Are we waiting for the button, Striker? Or am I missing something? Oh, haha. All right. Debo said the internet just got shut down in the studio, so they're rebooting.
Amazing.
Someone
didn't pay their bills, Emory.
So I'll use this time to ask why Kyle McCord went so high. I missed the reason.
Dude, Leger picked him, right?
Yeah,
he picked him, and I'm just like, I'm not gonna say anything. I don't need McCord at 34.
You guys are being disrespectful right now.
Not to say he can't play quarterback in the NFL.
No.
I think he's capable of, but it's like, what's your upside? What's your upshot of him? You know,
Brock Purdy, baby. That's your upside.
And I just finished ripping BMAC one because I saw the Jackson Dart pick. So, you know what I'm saying? So I gotta get on Leger once we hop offline.
Ted Wen had a great tweet about Cal McCord. He called him the Jameis Winston of Brock Purdy's, which I think is the best way.
That is completely and wholly unfair because you're talking about the Pitt game. If you take the Pitt game out of there, he's a first-round pick.
Every game he has a throw where it's like, dude, he just predetermined and threw it to a corner, or threw it to like a rolled-up corner, or like a safety coming in the box. Like he does that, and it's fine. But like, you just got to know that James had a lot of that too to his game.
Here's what I would say in response to that. If he were in Tyler Shuck's body, all you guys would be, oh, he's the top 10 pick. The fact that he's 6'2.5" and
Tyler Shuck runs 4.63. That's if he could run. If
which
that was
Tyler Shuck body? Which Tyler Shuck body? Year one or year seven
on the board?
Yeah, year 7 exactly. That's the other point. He's older than everyone on this podcast combined. And I'm not trying to crap on Tyler Shuck. My point is that it just give Kyle McCord a chance. That's all I'm saying.
So without looking, was it Ryan that took Dante Thornton?
No, that was Coop. Coop took him at the bottom of the second.
Okay.
Coop snaked everyone. He took Dante Thornton. He took Dylan Gabriel from Mike.
Yeah.
He took Tesla to the Steelers. I'm actually okay with that pick.
Y'all be talking too much, man. Y'all got leaks in y'all front office because everybody y'all said he was able to snipe. Loose lips sink ships.
No, that's right. If you guys, I don't have access to the chat. If you guys see anything in the chat that's worth people talking, let me know, and I'll bring it up, and we can certainly talk about it while we're waiting for the studio to pay their electric bill, so we can get back to the business of. I don't know. I think they have backup generators like for the actual studio shows, so because they're down there where hurricanes are. where Mike lives. So I think they have a plan for that, but not for backup generators for 7-round mock drafts. So
we don't have any hurricanes here. I think we're fine. I don't know what's going on.
Yep.
Mike, you got a hot spot they can use, Mike?
I'm at home, right? Thankfully. What's your favorite pick that you've had so far, Ryan? Who's your favorite one?
Oh, Emery, you'll appreciate this pick. So pick 36, Coop Patagna took Trey Henderson, the Jaguars, which left at pick 38, Amari and Hampton going to my New England Patriots after they took Will Campbell. So Amari and Hampton.
That's a great pick. For New
I feel
England, like wow.
What do you think about that, Mike? I mean, are you a Amari and Hampton in the first round guy?
No, but I think if you get him in the second, that's again, you're getting a great back. There's a lot of great backs though in this class, but I do think that the Patriots could use an upgrade at the running back position, and he's a 3 down. Like he is. You run into issues with what's his face. I'm blanking on their starter's name right now.
Who put the ball on the turf?
Ramondre, who just fumbles and he's not a pass catcher, and so it's just like, he's a talented between the tackles runner.
Let me ask you,
your offense gets limited when he's in the game.
Let me ask you guys this: does it feel like this defense is going to be good under Mike Vrabel? If they get this draft right, are they going to win like 9 games?
I
100%.
think here's the thing. People going to look at this AFC East and realize the team that may take the step back is Miami, because the Jets low-key can win games with run game and defense. So that division about to get extremely competitive.
Yeah, I think the Patriots might have the best defense in that entire division.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Dolphins don't. The Dolphins are not going to be good this year, unfortunately. That roster, if you see it, it's been dilapidated. Bills are obviously the Bills, but the Jets, I do think after Saleh left, the defense just didn't have the same teeth. We'll see what Aaron Glenn, obviously he's a great DC, but I think the Patriots, with all they added, that could be the best D in that division.
And
it's going to come down to which quarterback outside of Josh Allen out of the 3 can you trust to handle pressure. And that's going to be because you might get 3 teams out that division, or you might only get 1. Because we know the North is going to mess around and get 2 to 3. And then the West doesn't look like it got better. And depending on how high the floor is raised by Cam Ward, Tennessee might be competitive enough to where it could, play around that 7th seed,
Tennessee's not going to – they're not going to the playoffs.
Guys,
I love Cam Ward. Man. What'd you say?
I said they got to get healthy, man, on defense.
Yeah. I will say, as I look over this draft, like the picks I gave the Patriots are pretty bonkers. So they got Will Campbell and then Amari and Hampton, excuse me. Then I gave him Jalen Royals, a wide receiver. I gave him Noel Williams, the cornerback we all saw at the Shrine Bowl, who I actually like a lot. I don't know how you guys feel about him. And then Logan Brown, more offensive line help. This GM thing, anybody can do it. That's all I'm saying.
The fact that they got a guy like Hampton in round 2, knowing that was another big need for them is big, because he's probably the only one you can trust. And speaking of Hampton, a lot of his runs came right down that A gap. Guess who?
Yeah.
It's like this. It keep coming up Lampkin. You know what I'm saying?
Keeps coming up Lampkin. Okay. All right, Mike, I'll ask you the same question. What going through this thing on day 2 and now into day 3, what would you like the best of one of your picks?
I kind of loved doing the Luther Bird, Ted McMillan combo and just revamping the Raiders.
So let me ask you guys, what do you think of this? So the first pick was T-Mac to the Raiders, and then Mike comes back and takes Luther Burden in round 2, and then Mike comes back and takes Cam Scadaboo in round 3, I believe.
They got the offense. Listen, I will say this publicly on the Columbia Broadcast Station. Matt Millen was not wrong. He just drafted the wrong quarterback. He did it right. Give me the top 3 wide receivers in the draft class that year. They just took the wrong quarterback. They had a good running back too in Kevin Jones. So I agree with Mike Renner here by going and getting the top 2 of the top receivers and getting them a good back. Lean in on your strengths like that, man.
My favorite draft so far.
I like it. I mean,
go ahead.
You've already got Brock Bowers too. You've got Jacoby Myers. Who was Geno going to throw to before you brought those guys into the building? I mean, Brock is good, but give him a little bit of help. So yeah, I like the direction Mike went with that.
Yeah, they now that's add them to if the draft goes like this. That's the other team that's in play for the 7th seed.
I said that, then Mike crapped all over their defense. So he's not. I don't know. Have you fixed their defense yet, Mike?
No, I haven't even tried to. Jamari Caldwell.
You got Jamari. That's right. You got Jamari Caldwell.
We're going to only run cover 2 because we have no corners.
Oh,
I shouldn't say that. Jack Jones is he's still there, right? Or did they part ways?
I'm curious.
You never know.
His name may.
Oh, didn't they release him? Like,
yeah, I think.
Who?
Jack Jones.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's released.
Right. He's that guy's.
Again, you could only have 3. Anything over 3 is going to be a mutiny. And I think the Raiders might have been at their limit with 3 of those guys on the team. And you can't have them all on the same side of the ball.
Yes.
And when you say 3, you mean 3 guys acting up and not doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Exactly. Because while you need those guys on your team, there is a cap. You know what I'm saying? There's a limit. You think about Marcus Peters. Yes, I love the lockdown capability. I love the ball skills. But when it's a crucial 4th down play in the 4th quarter, he's throwing the flag in the stands from the referee, and now they got the automatic 1st down. So it's a gift and a curse, man. You can't have them all on one side of the ball, bro.
Man, leave Marcus Peters alone. Hey, Josh, let me ask you this as a Browns fan, because I always bring that up. I think someone left a comment once that I was too hard on the Browns when I was always giving you the business about Cleveland, which is pretty funny. Travis Hunter, pick 2 overall. I'm great with that. And then Mike had them taking Josh Connolly Jr., pick 33. Lee was on board with that. And I think you had him taking Bo as well just recently. Is that right, Mike? One of the most recent picks? Dylan Sampson, running back.
Milroe. Yeah.
And Jalen Milroe. Yeah. What do you think of the Jalen Milroe pick?
Yeah, I was a little confused where Mike was going because he didn't have a quarterback until the end of round 3 there, but it all worked out. I think Jalen Milroe probably goes earlier in the real life draft, but to get him where Mike did was fantastic.
Would you rather have Tyler Shuck or Jalen Milroe there?
Oh, Jalen Milroe for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
To expound on my thinking there, you're at a point where just like the odds of you hitting on a starter are so slim, right? Back into the 3rd. I want a guy who I know can do something for my offense. And I already loaded up on offensive line, right? So I have a quarterback now that is one of the 3 best rushing threats at the position in the NFL. And I have a running back paired with him in Dylan Sampson that's uber dynamic. I have a backfield and an offensive line in front of it that can dictate terms all on its own. And then I can just, I'm probably going to add some speed receiver late in the draft. I love the depth of the speed in the receiver class. I can hit over the top and bring a lot of people into the box and kind of really play to Jalen Milroe's strengths. So I think it'd be a good situation for him to go to if there was one.
You okay with that, Emery? You're Jalen Milroe's #1 fan.
Yeah, here's the thing. Out of the quarterbacks that, again, I have a 1st-round grade on Shador and Ward, and then there's a drop-off, 2nd-round grade on Milroe. But Milroe would be the only one I could be sold on in the 1st because of those strengths Mike talked about. And Milroe, out of this crop, is, I feel like, the one that needs to get groomed a little bit. Flacco, Pickett, there gives you an opportunity to kind of allow him to work on the footwork and the short area accuracy behind the scenes, but still have a role in your red zone offense, goal line offense, short yardage situations. So it works for him. And, Kevin Stefanski can continue to kick the can down the road on excuses of quarterbacks that fit his scheme perfectly. Because here's the thing. People act like we didn't see Flacco throw 19 picks in that playoff game. There's this PR campaign about Flacco's time in Cleveland. Bro, that playoff game against the Texans, every Texans defender caught an intercept, and 5 of them brought it back for touchdowns. So let's start to tell the whole truth about Flacco's in Cleveland. But I do agree, Milroe needs to sit, and this would be a good spot for him to sit.
Man, you almost lost your breath talking about Flacco. Take a deep breath.
No, man, because, again, people love to cherry pick history. You know what I'm saying? So we're telling the whole history here on CBS. One of the oldest networks out there. Why not?
Speaking of old, we're going to take it old school as they're literally rebuilding the board after the internet and the electricity went out.
Oh, so they got to do the whole thing?
Debo has there it is. Look at that. We're going Google Sheets file don't laugh at that. It actually looks pretty nice, but we're going to do analog until we do digital. Next up, pick 122. We're back at it, boys. You can't stop the draft. 122, that's the Denver Broncos. My Denver Broncos. Quick recap here. They took Colston Loveland at 20. He was somehow there. They got Quinshon Judkins in the 2nd round, the running back. Then I had them take Zay Frazier in the 3rd round. And now I got to do this from memory because we don't have access to the board in terms of what's available here. So we have tight end, we got running back. I just took a cornerback in the last round for Denver. So let's see. I'm going to, I think I'm just going to get some. Oh, I can't do this. I was thinking about doing something silly. I'm not going to do that. Let's go with, this is another team. And Mike, I think you and I did the Broncos draft in terms of guys that are available. Jeez, there's so many guys. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get help along the defensive line, and I'm going to take Tyrion Ingram-Dawkins out of Georgia. I actually like him a lot. He's like 285, so you can move him inside and out. Gives you a little versatility there. I think he's a really good player. I would draft him on day 2. In real life, Tyrion Ingram-Dawkins, Georgia.
Big letters. Boom.
Oh, my goodness. Looks like my father-in-law's cell phone when he sent a text.
I was about to say, I'm glad you made a joke and not me.
All right. Things are cooking here, man. All we need is Vanna White to walk over there and turn the letters around one at a time. I don't know how this is a thing, Josh, but you're picking for the Steelers, so this should be fun.
Yeah, I was looking at the long snappers. It's a direction they could go here. The most difficult.
Let me just quickly, because I can only have 2 picks. So they trade up to 9. BMAC had them taking Shedeur Sanders, and then in round 3, because they don't have a 2nd-round pick, I'm pretty sure they took Tesla out of Arkansas, the big slot corner. So that's where they are, and you are on the clock here at pick 123, Josh.
Fortunately, they only had 2 picks because they mortgaged it for Shedeur Sanders and DK Metcalf, because that's the most difficult thing at this point is just remembering who everybody has picked. I'm going to go – this player feels like a Steeler to me. It is a position of need. I'm going to go Ty Hamilton, the defensive tackle from Ohio State.
Okay. Take an Ohio guy. Little rich for me, but I get it. Round 4, and they do need help in the defensive line. There's no 2 ways about that. All right, next up, Emery. Josh picks for my Steelers. Emery's picking for Mike's Green Bay Packers.
Who we got for who they picked already, Ryan? You know offhand?
Yeah, Debo can do that.
They picked a bunch of corners. They picked Jacob Parrish. They picked Will Johnson, and they picked Femi Oladejo, UCLA edge.
Yeah, great call. That's right. Yep.
So there.
All right, Packer fans. I know you're crying for a receiver. You honestly just need help. A health. You know what I'm saying? So, I like their receiving core. I like their backfield. Offensive tackles, just in case. Offensive line. Do we know who's left on the board in terms of linemen?
I don't know if we have that capability just yet.
Okay, well, I'll.
What do you want?
Yeah, what are you thinking? Like Caleb Rogers is still there at Texas Tech. You looking outside or inside?
Inside.
Jalen Rivers, Dylan Fairchild.
Jalen Rivers for Miami.
Clay Webb, who I like, but maybe this might be a little rich for Mike's Packers.
Is Holland Pierce gone already?
He's not.
No, he is not.
Give me Holland Pierce out of Rutgers. That's one of those programs to tackle. He's 6'8", is another 6'8" guy. One of those programs, Kansas State, Rutgers, North Dakota State, sight unseen. Sign me up.
Sight unseen.
They are awesome. And think about it. Boston College now could be that too, because you got these former NFL coaches that are developing these guys. Like Rutgers defense, there's a guy still on this board that I really like too, but y'all ruined it by saying everybody attacked cornerback already for, Green Bay. So I'm gonna let him continue to sit and simmer. but I went with Pierce here, the big offensive line. We had a really good senior shrine game.
Okay, next up, 125. The LA Chargers are on the board, and still a quick accounting here. Mike, the Chargers got Kenneth Grant in round 1, and you took Braden Swinson in round 2, and then you took Terrence Ferguson, tight end, in round 3.
Let's go Bashul Tutin, the running back from Virginia Tech. Let's get some juice to this slow running back room. 4.32 speed. Let's do it.
Yeah, I mean, they have Najee Harris. That does not preclude them from taking someone like Tutin here. No doubt about it. All right, Jacksonville Jaguars. Josh Edwards, 126. Excuse me. You're on the clock here. You need a refresher?
No, I think I'm good unless I missed one, which
Okay.
I probably did. They did take Mason Graham. They took Travion Henderson. They took Tez Johnson, took Emory Jones. So they've addressed the offense pretty significantly with the exception of Mason Graham. I'm going to go corner here, and I'm going to take Louisville's Quincy Riley.
Like it. He's a tough player.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Mike, back to you with the LA Rams. Pick 127.
All right, I loaded up on D-line. Now I'm going to go with a guy to play behind it in Danny Stutzman, Oklahoma linebacker.
Nice. He was getting some top 50 buzz in the summer. He had a good season. It just sort of got lost in the mix.
I like Stutzman. I think he's still top 75 for me.
Yeah. Pick 128, Washington Commanders. They got Tyler Warren in round 1. He was still available at the bottom of the first round there, Josh. You're on the clock.
Yeah, I was going to take Stutzman. So definitely going to have to reverse course here a little bit. Oh, man.
There are a ton of off-ball guys still available, I would imagine.
Schlesinger is gone, right?
Long gone. Took him to the
Okay.
Cowboys in the second round.
Yeah.
Just making sure you guys are drafting right.
Yeah, we got that one right.
Let's see. Edge rushers. You know what? I'm going to take Princely Umanmielen from Ole Miss. They need some pass rush help. I think he's going to go earlier. Feels like a pretty easy pick.
Yeah, for sure. All right, next up, the Detroit Lions. And this feels like an easy pick, too. Let me make sure. I think the last – what'd you say?
Sorry, Ravens are actually up next.
Oh, sorry. Yep, you're right. I was trying to – okay, good. I'm glad I didn't say I was going to – because you would have stolen it.
I know who I'm about to listen, I know this guy's still on the board, and I'm excited that Josh went ahead with Prince Umanmielen because I was worried because he kind of had the aha moment, but he bypassed my guy, Jalot from Louisville.
Oh, yeah.
All he does is blow stuff up. If this wasn't CBS, I would have said the exact word that would have perfectly paired with blow stuff up. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm going with him because when you watch him play, it's fascinating because he could get pressure in line. He could also stand up, rush with, speed and quickness off the edge. Does a great job because he got the natural lower center of gravity, so he's able to get underneath the pads. Fantastic edge rusher. Ashton Jalot from Louisville.
Yeah, he's a good player. Pete Prisco, I think he was on Pete Prisco's Better Than team. All right, next up. This is I don't think this young man has been drafted. I did step away for a second because I'm old, had to use the bathroom. So Detroit's taking Gray Zabel, CJ West, Jonas Sanker. Is my guy Jack Sawyer still there?
Yes.
He is.
Yeah. I mean, come on. In the 4th round, we're disrespecting Jack Sawyer like that?
You gonna load the Lions up with all them all those kneecap biters? Like they already got Anzalone, they got Rodrigo. Now
I am. No, Jack. I like Jack Sawyer a lot. He may end up going around this range, but I think he's going to be he's going to be a good football player.
Mm-hmm.
Next level. Josh Edwards, the New Orleans Saints, pick 131.
Yeah, to this point, it's been heavy offense. Jackson Dart, Mason Taylor, Jaden Blue, I think, was in there.
Yep.
So probably need to address the defense. I'm going to go with the type of length that New Orleans typically looks for along the defensive line. I'm going to go with Ty Robinson, the defensive tackle from Nebraska.
I believe Ty has been selected.
That was
Oh,
my
was
first
he?
pick with the Giants.
Yeah, he went.
Oh, okay.
It's all right.
Okay, so let's do. Let's go with Dorian Strong, the corner from Virginia Tech.
Like it. Good pick. All right, Mike, you're the Buffalo Bills. And Malachi Starks to start. I'm trying to see who you took last round.
No one. They didn't have anyone in the third. I went Jared Ivey earlier this round. I went
Okay,
Tyreek
perfect.
in the second. Darian Porter in the second. So we've gone defense heavy. It's gonna. Here it comes. Tyler Shuck coming off the board. Louisville quarterback.
Jeez, oh pizza.
Get him a good backup.
Oh, okay. You're not even thinking. I think we had this conversation
No.
with Turbo. Is Turbo still there?
Turbo's still there.
Because we had the conversation about flipping him for a third round pick in a year after he balls out in preseason. Okay.
Good guy to learn from in front of him.
Yeah. Is he older than Josh Allen?
That's a good question, actually. No,
Right.
it is.
All right.
Close.
Kansas City
Same recruiting
Chiefs.
class.
Emory, you are up.
Do we know if they took an edge yet or a defensive lineman?
Let's see what the Kansas City Chiefs did. In round 1, they did take your guy, Ozzie Trapillo, in round 2, just so you know that as I look through that.
Love that.
Derek Harmon, round 1.
Derek
Gunnar
Harmon,
Helm.
Ozzie Trapillo.
All right.
And Tate Ratledge.
Oh, Tate Ratledge. There you go. And Gunnar Helm.
Oh wow, that's a savvy pick right there.
Yeah,
Give
that
me
was
Roger
legit.
Longerbeam, Rutgers cornerback.
Okay.
Robert Longerbeam.
I love how you say it twice. I keep calling out the bingo number.
Fantastic.
Longerbeam.
corner, by the way. Longerbeam.
Longerbeam.
Red 23.
Sound like Saul Goodman working at the old folks home. All right, here we go. My Philadelphia Eagles, correct? Yes, sir. All right, let's see what we got going on here. As a quick recap, just for my own personal, so I can keep up with this. So James Pierce Jr., we knew that was going to happen. Xavier Watson into round 2, the safety. I had Wyatt Millum late in the third. I think that brings us up to speed. Is that correct? Yes, sir. All right, here we go. Let's go. All right. I have an idea of what I want to do. It may be. Yeah, I can't. I think we talked about this the other day. I'm going to. Jeez, oh pizza. They don't have a lot of needs. You know what? All right, let's see who the wide receivers. Let's go. Oh man, there's not a lot to choose from here. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take Chimere DK out of Florida.
Mhm.
Big slot, can run. Wisconsin transfer, he's gonna get better. Chimere DK out of Florida. Was at the Senior Bowl. Had a good week there too. Okay, Josh, you're the Miami Dolphins at pick 135.
Yeah, to this point, they've taken Armand Membu. They took Emeka Egbuka, which is probably an indication of Tyreek Hill's future there. They took Dylan Gabriel, who I know Mike and I are both big fans of, so it was good to see Coop was on board with that as well. Most recently, I took Jordan Phillips to give him some help inside. I'm going to stick with the backbone of the defense. I'm going to go Smail Mondin, the linebacker from Georgia.
Like him. He's a good player. Undersized like all these other off-ball linebackers. Emery, pick 136 for the Baltimore Ravens.
Did they take a receiver?
Let me check. I don't
think they have yet.
I don't think they have either.
Give me
Is Zaraku-
Savion Williams.
That's actually such a Ravens pick.
When it's week 9 and he got like 5 touchdowns and 500 yards of total offense, everybody's like, how did they let the Ravens get? This is why. I'm in a GMC.
That's why. Yeah, I had to mute myself while I laughed as well. Pick 137. Seattle, you're on the clock, Mike.
Seahawks, I may be a little biased, but I think they've had the best draft of anyone yet. We have Jihad Campbell in the first. We got Donovan Jackson and Kyle Williams in the second, and guard and a wide receiver. Defensive tackle Alfred Collins and center Jared Wilson in the third. I think we have 5 starters already. I think we might get a 6th here, going Kobe Bryant, the Kansas cornerback.
Oh,
damn it!
He's a good player, man.
To
Slight
learn
frame.
from the best slight corner in the league, in
Yeah.
Devon Witherspoon.
Yeah, no, he's we talked to him at the Shrine Bowl, and he's incredibly loyal to Kansas, number one, and he felt like he had a lot to prove because people like me call him slight when he plays much bigger than that. I believe he had a nice interception during practice, if I recall correctly, the Shrine Bowl as well. All right, Emery, last pick of round 4. You are the 49ers.
I got sniped by Kobe Bryant. I could go with his teammate. I'm going to hold off on that one. So I'm going to go with my number 1 slot corner because I know he's still on the board. Jabbar Muhammad out of Oregon. Let's strengthen what the 49ers are trying to do out there at cornerback.
All right. Jabbar Muhammad.